Sydney has been copping it today when it comes to the floods, but at this very moment, the northern beaches of Sydney are cut off. There are three major ways you can get in and out of that part of Sydney. They are currently cut off. However, the rain is starting to ease, but the south of the city, the Southern Highlands and the south coast of New South Wales, they are copping what Sydney got today. This was the scene on the northern beaches of Sydney at DY just a little earlier today. Now, of course, for those who know Sydney, it's an up and down, hilly city. So when rain falls at the top, it starts to go towards the bottom. And obviously, when you start towards the bottom, you get towards lakes and beaches. This is an example of exactly what's been happening. It's been a very bad day in Sydney. Sadly, 2 more people have passed away. 2 more people have died as a result of the floods, which have been going from Queensland through northern New South Wales, now Sydney. That's 14 people who have died in the past couple of weeks. This is the live radar right now about where the rain is falling. Now, without squinting too hard, basically, the heavy red stuff is obviously in the sea, but right now the localised area is that the rain has stopped in Avalon, Terry Hills, Hornsby, Richmond, Pymble, Homebush and Randwick. Sydney Airport, the rain has stopped as well. However, everything south of there from Waterfall, Port Hacking and all the way down through Wollongong, Port Kembla, even Kiama on the south coast, that's what is copping the absolute smash right now. The latest numbers we have is that some 60,000 people have been affected by evacuation orders up and down the New South Wales coast. At least 2,500 calls to the SES. However, those numbers will be way higher before we're even done in the next 90 minutes. Areas like Camden, a lot of water there last night and it started to rise. There are 5 petrol stations in that part of Sydney. As you can see, all 5 of them currently underwater. Jonathan Lee and our team doing great reporting from there all day long. A Camden local and a man who knows it well, Mark Latham, will join us a little later in the show to find out what he's knowing from his mates in that part of Sydney. Meantime, what happens in the next 24 hours? Well, this is what the Bureau of Meteorology had to say.
Their now focus tonight will shift not only to the increasing river levels and the major flooding, but also damaging winds likely to develop, particularly around the Illawarra Escarpment, Sydney metropolitan area, mostly coastal suburbs as well from the south coast, Illawarra, and up to Sydney, and possibly into the Hunter in the early hours of tomorrow, as the low finally moves away, taking most of the rain by tonight, but the winds will lag.
All right, so some relief, but of course floodwaters have to go somewhere, so what was pouring throughout the day will eventually end up in lots of different places. Strength and love to everyone who's in Sydney right now. We'll check in greater detail in a few minutes' time.